We are concluding my look at these newer boxed deluxe Beast Hunters figures. Well, newer to me anyway. These were like, what, 2013? With Bulkhead. I already talked about Wheeljack and RC, and I actually have a whole playlist now of all my Beast Hunters toys. If you want to check that out, it will be at the end of the video. Or you could just go to my playlist tab, or just look up JCC2224 Beast Hunters. I don't know. I have a whole playlist. And this will not be the last Beast Hunters figure I talk about. Oh, no. I still have Sharkticon Megatron, all of the Predacons. I'm going to do an overview video at the end. Just wait and see. It's going to be good stuff. But this is the last one that I have to open. And it is Spinning Dragon Grinder Bulkhead. Very interestingly, this is the first and only deluxe class Bulkhead we have ever gotten. I don't think animated Bulkhead got a deluxe. This is definitely the only Prime Deluxe Bulkhead. I don't even think, obviously Legacy didn't do it. I think this is our only deluxe Bulkhead. And it's very interesting looking. He's got like this whole like visor look to his head now. He doesn't actually have visible eyes. He has like obviously still his big old chin, but now he has like this big visor covering his face. And he has another translucent blue addition to his head that I just think is very comical. But yeah, very cool look for him anyway. He has a very like knight motif, I guess because like of the whole dragon thing. He has like that classic like knight breast armor where it kind of like juts out and has like the grilling in it. That looks very cool. He has this cool like overhead shroud look to this armor. Yeah, definitely neat looking for sure. The back, the bio reads, "This big Autobot bruiser has enough strength to bust up the entire Predacon army." That's cool. Transformers Prime, yet again. TV Y7. If you're under 7 years old, you can't watch it. You can't see Cliffjumper be stabbed and mutilated and turned into a zombie. No, you gotta be at least 7. And then there's his stats. Strength 10. Yeah, seems about right. Intelligence 5. That's kind of generous. Series 2007. Yeah, looking very cool. I actually think that gimmick, the gimmicky weapon, might actually be kind of cool this time. Especially if it has a way to, like, spin it. I mean, it says spinning, so I would hope so. But anyways, check it out on the hub. Let's open it. Let's open him. This is my last Beast Hunters figure to open. Very excited to see what we got going on. So, obviously, we once again have our instructions that are going to have a little Tales of the Beast Hunters story in it somewhere, right? Here we go. Let's give this a read, because you guys apparently like it when I do this. Bulkhead can't deny that the new weapons brought back to base by Bumblebee are pretty cool, but no one can figure out how to activate them. Autobot Ratchet is working on it in his lab, but Bulkhead would rather smash stuff than study. So he's been out in the middle of the desert for hours, trying to get the thing to work. He's just about to give up when Ripclaw plunges out of the sky and smashes into him. Before Bulkhead can react, the unknown dragon's tail claw grips his chest and rips away a chunk of his armor. Even as the big Autobot pounds on his beastly opponent, giving as good as he gets, he feels the poisonous heat of the dragon's mech venom searing his circuitry. All continued in smokescreen. I do have the smokescreen figure, but I don't think I have the instructions anymore. I don't know. I'm sure you can read the whole thing somehow. I definitely won't. But yeah, there's that. Let's get them all snipped out. Let's get my snippy schnippers. Thankfully, I do have my snippy schnippers this time around. Seems like this guy also has the plastic chest covering. Thankfully, not as awkward as RC's was. But he's definitely got that. I think he's already all snipped out. Yeah, that wasn't hard at all. And then get his little spinning thing out. Yeah, that definitely seems like a successor to the whole mech tech gimmick. And then this is attached by a rubber band. Fun fact, this isn't my first time handling this toy, but it is my first time owning it. I did handle it at the thrift store, I think, quite some years ago. I saw it at the thrift store, and I'm like, oh, wow, I might pick this up. Then I saw it was missing quite a few pieces and decided against it. Yeah, I think the one at the thrift store was missing, like, these whole back panel chunks. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't have a complete vehicle mode if I got this one, so I probably shouldn't. But hey, all these years later, I have me a Bulkhead. And yeah, he seems very interesting. He's got these big old chonky wheels that are pretty hollow. You can tell that's pretty hollow plastic right there. He doesn't have any heels, but he does have these little tiny toes that can give you a little bit of toe articulation. That's funny. Yeah, he has like this jointed stomach looking dealio. His crotch piece can move. Very odd. Obviously, these are my first impressions. You know, I handled this thing very briefly at the thrift store some years ago, but I've never really had this toy. So, yeah, very interesting. I'm loving the armor on the chest. I think that looks really cool. But one thing that I'm uncertain of when it comes to its cool factor is the head sculpt. The idea of this head sculpt is cool. It is Bulkhead, but with, you know, this big old visor. You can see he even has like these big old underbite teeth. Then he has these big old horns on his head. It looks cool. If you look at it proper, it looks cool. But the problem comes in, given the fact that the horns on his head are cast in the same bright blue as his visor. So if you don't really know what you're looking at, this looks like a big old smiley face. Do you see that? Do you see where the visor is the mouth and then the horns on the head are like these goofy eyes? Because I see that, unfortunately, way too much. I think whoever designed this had a bit of an oversight and didn't really factor in the fact that that kind of looks like a big old smiley face. So I think they probably should have kept the horns just like green or bronze or something, or just omitted them entirely, because it definitely makes the head look pretty goofy. The rest of him, though, does look pretty good. I do have to say, he has like this floppy factor to him. Like his thigh swivels are pretty loose, and he does have a lot of these panels that just kind of move around. He's got a lot going on. He definitely does. But he still looks really cool. He also comes with, you know, the monkey arm style, where his wrists can't be straight when you bend his elbows. But still, for Bulkhead, it works pretty well. This is a cool Bulkhead design, for sure. I'm definitely digging it. But it definitely could have been executed a little bit better. Just a little bit. It is very fun, though. Again, very odd it's a deluxe class. Like, why did they make Bulkhead a deluxe class? He should have been a Voyager. Because, oh, same with Dreadwing, to be fair. They could have made Dreadwing a, they could have made Dreadwing a Voyager, but they made him a deluxe. Seems like this crotch piece is just falling. Seems like we've kind of given up on that functioning. Unless it's supposed to go like that. Does it tab in like that? I don't know, but it feels better like that. We'll leave it like that. Again, I just opened this guy, so I don't know exactly how that goes. I'm going to assume that is supposed to stay attached. But I think I figured that out. I feel like there's just so many things that are like popping off and moving around as I'm trying to work with this guy. Like these back panels keep moving. Whenever I touch his torso, that seems to move. His thighs keep moving. He's not a very solid figure. How does this dragon spinning thing work? So obviously we're just going to push that. Oh, there we go. Alright, so took a little bit. I guess being in the box for like 11 years kind of had it stuck. But yeah, you give it a press, spins a little bit. Definitely not as good as Dark of the Moon Ratchet's mech tech weapon. But still works pretty good. Still works pretty good. We can have him hold that. Looking pretty nice. He does still have some of that swirly twirly plastic. We can definitely see that on the arms. Basically how that works, if you don't know the process. In the mold, they just inject two different colors. Obviously, they're going to have the darker green be the primary color. But they inject another color into it. And because the colors of plastic don't fully mix, it just kind of adds this like marbleized swirl look. We can see it a little bit right there as well. A little bit of swirly plastic. Very inconsistent. You can see this door just has a little bit right there, and that's pretty much it. And then this door has like a big old portion right there. The top also has some swirly twirly. Definitely inconsistent. So pretty much every Beast Hunter's Bulkhead, or pretty much every Beast Hunter's figure, period, will not be identical from one another. Like there will always be some slight differences with the swirls and twirls of the plastics. So let's talk about his articulation. I pretty much already kind of have, but he has a ball joint at the head, which thankfully moves very nice. Some nice up and down, side to side, stuff like that. Ball joints at the shoulders, swivels at the bicep, very nice hinge at the elbow there. Every once in a while, like, it happens all the time with toy reviewers. You want to call the elbow the knee, and the knee the elbow. Like, you just get your anatomy mixed up as you're talking about it. He does have, like, a hinge at the wrist, too. Nothing at the waist, it seems like. He just has the ball joints at the hips. Swivels at the thighs that are pretty loose. Nice, big, chonky hinges at the knees that I'm sure are going to be a part of the transformation. Then he's got those weird little ball joints at the feet, which I guess are also probably just for transformation. Probably just flattening those out. But yeah, seems like a pretty nice little Bulkhead. I'm definitely digging it. Definitely not my favorite figure of Bulkhead. I don't have all the Bulkheads. I don't have, like, the animated leader class. But this is definitely one of my more favorite ones. Definitely doesn't beat the first edition Voyager. That is the best Bulkhead. But yeah, I definitely like this. Alright, let's try to transform it. Let's try to figure this out. I will probably want some visual reference so I can figure out how this goes. It doesn't seem too hard, though. It seems pretty simple from what I'm seeing. So this... I've felt that wanting to disconnect the entire time. I'm gonna flip this. I guess we're gonna flip that. The crotch is gonna flip in. Yeah, this is going together pretty fast. Pretty fast. The arms, I'm gonna assume, are gonna tuck somehow. I'm not really seeing exactly where, but they're gonna tuck somewhere. There we go. There's the front. That happened pretty quick, pretty easy. Yeah, let's get the arms at least moved back for now, and we will figure that out as we go along. Because they could go, like, right there, maybe. Oh, I am seeing that tab. I'm seeing that slot right there. Maybe that'll help guide us. Yeah, maybe... Alright, I see. So I think that slot... Here, let's make sure all the joints and everything are lined up. I think that slot is going to line up perfectly with those tabs. Yeah, there we go. We got it. And then the wrists will fold in. And then I guess we're going to flip these in. Yeah. Yeah, it seems pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Alright. Then it seems like the feet are going to attach up here. Is there like a slot in the foot? There is. Feet are going to attach right up there. Yeah. Dang, this went together really fast. Wow. And no instructions. I figured it out. I'm a big boy. There we go. There we go. Close that side up. Yeah. Wow. That went together really fast. That was good. That was a good transformation, man. I'm digging that. Wow. Yeah, you can see it's all pretty much together. You do have that kind of dangling down there, but that's okay. Yeah. Wow. Good one, Hasbro. Yeah, good one. Yeah, this is definitely a very nice looking vehicle, too. The hands kind of do seem to just be sticking out down there. But that's no biggie, you know, that's okay. We can put the spinny attack weapon, like on the sides or on the top. It shows it on the top on the picture, so we'll just put it there. Yeah, I definitely love the colors. I love the added orange. I think green and orange is a nice color combo. Yeah, it doesn't roll the greatest, though. Probably because it would probably roll better on carpet or rug, just given the nature and shape of these wheels. But yeah, it's a pretty substantial deluxe, too. Like, it feels good, especially in the vehicle mode. The robot mode, I feel like, kind of suffered for this vehicle mode, because so many of this you're looking at are just, like, panels and things that have to move. Like, especially this front bit that had to move a lot. That is just massive wings. Like, I get it. I get it. This is not a perfect figure, and this probably is not my favorite among the new mold Beast Hunter stuff. But it's a good one. It's definitely a good one. Out of all the new molds, like not the remolds, the new molds, I don't know, man. Because there's not a ton of the new molds. There's Bulkhead, Starscream, Dreadwing. That might be it. I mean, Optimus Prime, the Voyager, obviously, he's a new mold. But he's actually one of the few ones that actually looks like how he does on the show. Not 100%, but he kind of does. I would say Dreadwing is my favorite, at least out of the deluxes I've talked about recently. Out of the new molds. Out of the remolds, I don't know, Wheeljack's pretty sweet. RC's pretty sweet. Out of the three that I got more recently, ooh, man, I don't think this Bulkhead's my favorite. It's cool, I like it, but it definitely has a few things kind of holding it back, especially in the robot mode. But this truck is very nice. It's like big old armored truck van thing with the orange and the swirls and all that. This is a nice Transformers toy. Alrighty, guys. There we go. This chapter of the Beast Hunters toys has concluded. One more final thanks to Jay Lively for tipping me off to the eBay listing where I was able to get this Wheeljack and RC. Special thanks once again to you. Very much appreciated. These videos would not have happened as quickly as they did if it was not for your assistance with letting me know about the eBay listing. So one more thank you very much. Alrighty guys, there we go. There is my look at Beast Hunters Deluxe Bulkhead. I'm very excited to keep the Beast Hunters train going. I think I'm going to review pretty much every unique toy. I might do another video on like Smokescreen and Shockwave. I think I did years and years ago. But I don't know. They could probably use an update because they do have all that beast armor and everything. That might be kind of fun to show off. But I want to talk about like Sharkticon Megatron next. He is incredible. I need to talk about Sharkticon Megatron. So stay tuned. More Beast Hunter stuff is definitely coming. It's just going to be the ones that I've had for quite a while now. Alrighty, special shout out to channel members as well. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.